I'd like you to know why I'm arguing so hard for you to build a profile on prisonprofessors.org. My name is Michael Santos, and I am the founder of Prison Professors. I served 26 years in federal prison, and you can't serve that much time in prison without having a mindset of wanting to help other people. Anybody that's going into the system, in my view, is like a brother or a sister to me, and I learned a great deal from reading about leaders like Frederick Douglass and Nelson Mandela and Socrates and Viktor Frankl and so many others. They really helped me get through 9,500 days in prison, and I'm committed to trying to help as many people as possible. But that in order for me to help you, I've got to ask you to help me. You see, I am advocating to bring work release programs into prison. I am advocating to bring more pathways for people to earn freedom, to earn higher levels of liberty at the soonest possible time. But in order to do that, I have to really operate at scale. I have to build a body of work that will demonstrate these are people that shouldn't be in prison. These are people that the Bureau of Prisons can manage more effectively on home confinement than if those people were to remain in prison. And I can argue you don't have to take my word for it. You could look historically to see the Bureau of Prisons is definitely capable of managing people under a home confinement setting even more effectively than they can in a prison setting. And what's the data that I would offer? I would argue to look back during the COVID era when the Bureau of Prisons had to release more than 15,000 people from federal prisons to home confinement. And these were people, some of whom had 10 years remaining to serve. But of all those thousands of people, do you know what the recidivism rate was? It was less than 20 people, not 20%, 20 people. But the recidivism rate for people in federal prisons exceeds 40%. That means out of every 10 people in prison, at least 4 are going back into the system for some reason or other. If it's just a technical violation, it might be it might be higher than that. Maybe it's 7 out of 10. And if it's depending on security level, it's high. But I have to show people who work through the Prison Professors programming are more conscious and more intentional about avoiding disciplinary infractions and intentional about building a record that shows how and why they are worthy of a higher level of liberty at the earliest possible time. Now, on our website, we actually profile it all in a transparent way. Anybody could visit our website at prisonprofessors.org and just go to the dashboard, which you can see on any of these links. Go to the dashboard and you will see we have 1,751 people who have built profiles on our website right now. We have 40 partners, people who are working together to build profiles for their family members in prison. More than 7,000 journal entries have been published, more than 500 biographies. People are earning more than 16,000 points. This is growing every day, and we use this to show these charts to the Bureau of Prisons to show, look at how our charts are moving up and to the right. We are improving outcomes for people in jails and prisons across America. You could look at our leaderboards and go to either tribal leaders, individual achievers, 30-day leaders, and you could see how hard are people really working to build a pathway toward a better life. And you just sit there and you read their points. You read what they're doing. This is super inspiring to me because this is the strategy that I used to prepare for success when I was in prison. And it's what I am advocating for today when I go and speak with agency leaders in the Bureau of Prisons, or I try and work together with the pardon attorney's office, or I try and work together with employers that can open job opportunities for people who are in prison. I really want you to see I will do my job, but I'm asking you to help me by demonstrating why you are a worthy candidate. We're also working together with other nonprofit organizations that provides that kind of direct advocacy, but you want to give them the tools and the resources that they need to advocate for you. And the way that you do that is you build your profile. That way it's very transparent. You should write your biography. Don't let the prosecutors version of events on a DOJ press release define your life. Instead, you define your life. Tell us what you've learned from this experience, and more importantly, what you are doing to prepare for the next phase of your life. There's always more opportunities in the future than in the past, but it's even more so for people who prepare. 2, you want to journal. Make sure that you start journaling about what are you doing today to advance yourself as a candidate for relief later. This is going to be very important because those journal entries are time stamped and they will live on our website and anybody can see them. And you're going to earn points for the more that you work on yourself. 3, you're going to want to document what your self-directed reading path, so that show what you're learning. Every time you read a book, write a book report. Tell us why you read the book. Tell us what you learned from the book. Tell us why that book is going to help you succeed upon release. And most importantly, develop your release plan. Show that you're being very intentional. You understand the collateral consequences that follow a criminal conviction, but you're not taking it lightly. You've got a plan. You're going to be the CEO of your life. You're going to execute that plan, and you are going to build a pathway to success. You definitely do not need a prison consultant to help you do that. What you need to do is invest time, energy to learn. If you want to talk with somebody, I wish to say that I could be there to listen to you. I just don't have the time. My focus is on changing the law and changing policies and building a system at scale. If you want to talk to somebody, I only recommend Justin Pernie. You could register for his free webinars for members of our community by visiting whitecollaradvice.com/nonprofit. Ask your questions. Most importantly, start building your profile and building your plan. Use prisonprofessors.org as a resource. And if you want to know what I am doing to advance our advocacy efforts, make sure that you subscribe at prisonprofessors.org by giving us your email, and I send these broadcasts out that describe what I am doing. And then if you're following us on social, we'd really appreciate it, you sharing the message. This is how we can work to be the change that we want to see in the world. My name is Michael Santos. I'm the founder of Prison Professors. Never going to charge you a penny. Always going to be here because this is part of my ministry to open more pathways for liberty for people in our community and anybody in prison, whether anybody has any money or not. That's not relevant. We're about making an impact. We want you home with your family. I hope that you want to be home with your family as much as we want you home for your family, and that's why you should build your profile. I'm Michael Santos. I believe in you. Be cool.